What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Matthew here with Awesome Friends Gaming. Today I wanted to speak about a topic that has been very important to me, and I don't know, about 1,226,000 people. And what I'm talking about, if you've read the title, you kind of know what I'm going to be talking about. It's the Snapchat update. This sent the world into an outrage. People did not want this update, and it came without warning, and understandably there are over 1 million people that want it to be reverted back to the old version. I'm going to go ahead and read directly off the petition page here so you can hear what the original petition was about, and I think he does a good job of explaining it. I have a link to this petition page in the description. You can go sign it. But Snapchat has released an official statement in regards to this. But, first, we're going to read this. It says, with the release of the new Snapchat update, many users have found that it has not made the app easier to use, but in fact has made it harder to use the features that they know and love. It goes on to say that there's a general level of annoyance among users, and many have decided to use a VPN app, or are using other risky apps and steps to get back to the old version of Snapchat. So, for example, a lot of people were saying that you could delete the app and re-download it, reset your password, and it would set you back to the old version. Some people had the ability to do that, and it worked for them, and then in others, it would not work at all. I'm myself being one of those. The petition goes on to say that many new features are useless or defeat the original purpose that Snapchat had for them back whenever they were first released. Stories being one of the main things that we're talking about here. They move stories over from one page, and they have all of the stories appearing on one page along with active chats and various other things. And it doesn't matter when a story is posted. Every once in a while one will jump up to the top and you'll accidentally click it and reply to them, even if you're not wanting to. I've had this happen to me a few times, and it's caused confusion because I have people messaging me saying, hey, why'd you say that? And I'm like, what do you mean? I never sent anything to you. And it's just been very confusing, but we'll get into that in a minute. The main point of this petition was to convince Snap Incorporated, the parent company for Snapchat. I believe they're owned by Facebook now. I'm not 100% sure on that. But the parent company for Snapchat, they want them to change it back to the basics before the 2018 update. And I think Snapchat just really doesn't want to do that. It would be a lot more work for them to just go back to what they had before rather than to update the app to conform to what the users want. As of February 20th, Snap Incorporated has actually replied, and I will read this reply in full. It says, to Nick and all the Snapchatters who signed this petition. So it's referring to Nick. He's the guy that started the petition in the first place, and the 1.2 million people who have signed this petition so far, and it's still counting up as I'm looking at it. It says, to Nick and all the Snapchatters who signed this petition, we hear you and appreciate that you took the time to let us know how you feel. We completely understand that the new Snapchat has felt uncomfortable for many. By putting everything from your friends in one place, our goal was to make it easier to connect with the people you care about the most. The new Friends page will adapt to you and get smarter over time, reflecting who you're most likely to be snapping with at that moment. The same page personalization is also true of the new Discover, which will adapt to you the more that you use it. Beginning soon on iOS and with Android in the coming weeks, we will be introducing tabs in Friends and Discover, which will make it easier to find the stories you want when you want them. Once you receive the update, you'll be able to sort things like stories, group chats, and subscriptions, allowing you to further customize your own experience in the app. So basically what they're saying is they're going to split everything up again, but they're not going to do it the same way that they had it before. They're not going to revert back to the old update. They're going to keep things the way that they are now, but if you want to look at your stories, you can look at your stories by themselves, but people are still going to keep popping up in your friends page. It's kind of weird. They didn't do a very good job talking about it. But if you have group chats, Group chats will have their own tab, stories will have their own tab, and subscriptions, which is official stories and stories of those who have their profile set to public, where people can follow them and watch their Snapchat story without also having them add you back as a friend. So people who aren't mutual friends with you that you like to watch their stories, they'll be called a subscription now rather than a story. It's weird, I know, but that's what they're wanting to call it. It says, this new foundation is just the beginning, and we will always listen closely to find new ways to make the service better for everyone, and we are grateful for your enthusiasm and creativity. We are very excited for what's ahead. Love, Team Snapchat. So basically this response is crowd control. They don't want millions and millions of users coming in swarms and saying, we're not going to use the app, we're going over to Instagram stories. They have what we want. And that is what people want, is what Instagram stories offers. And in some cases, they offer more features than what Snapchat stories has in the first place. But that's all I've got. I'm open to discuss this with you guys in the comments section down below. Don't expect content like this out of me too much. I just wanted to speak about this because this is something that's been very important to me, to see this movement go through and at least have some sort of official response, and we have finally gotten that response. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.